Welcome to the content tip of the week video. This week we will pick up right where we left off last week, and I will share with you 3 proven strategies on how to wrap up a piece of content with a lot of impact. Last week we talked about how you can start a text, and that's of course very important because if you don't capture the attention of your audience in the very first seconds, you will lose them and they will never get to the end. But the end is important as well because that's where your impact is really weighed. Are you able to make people do what you wanted them to do? Have you impacted their thinking, their behavior, their choices? And all that, it really is measured with your final last words of any piece of content. The first very good way to end a text is to ask a question. That works very well, especially on social media, because that's a great way to create engagement and show your audience that you care about what they think and how they feel about the topic as well. So it's always a good idea to end your text or your piece of content with a question. Another very effective way to end a text is to wrap up the topic and give a short summary. Summarize your thoughts and your points very briefly at the end. However, I would advise you to resist the temptation to end your text with a quote. Why? Because you don't want people to think about somebody else when they are done with your piece of content. You want them to think about you and what you think about that topic. And the third way, a very important one, a very compelling one to end a piece of content is with a call to action. So by telling people what you want them to do. Do you want them to download your freebie or book a call, trial your app or test your product? Leave a comment, write your message, whatever it is, be very clear to tell that to your audience. Because if you're not advising them on what to do, they probably won't be doing what you would want them to do. I hope these strategies are helpful for you, and I hope they make your content creation this summer very enjoyable. I'm going to take a short break on these content tip of the week videos, and I'll be back in the autumn with exciting new projects. In the meantime, if you haven't seen last week's video, check it out. I'll drop it in the comments, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again next autumn.